Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the 2017 Technology and Learning Conference, Faculty Conference at Pepperdine University. My name is Gerard Flynn. I'm the Senior Director of IT Administration and Client Service in Pepperdine's IT division. And I'm very grateful to all those in attendance and especially grateful to those who are presenting today. I'd like to do three things today. One is give you the logistics for the event. Two is give you a program interview. And three is introduce our keynote speaker. Now, if you haven't been to our conference before, while it is hosted by the Information Technology Division, it is by faculty for faculty, in which professors from all 5 schools at Pepperdine share innovative things that they're doing with educational technology, the tools, but also the methods, and they share candidly the good, the bad, and the ugly so that we can bring those back to our own schools. Now, if you're following us on Twitter today, please use this hashtag and spread what you've learned. So first, I'd like to share with you the logistics. It couldn't be easier. This is room 333, 334, the big blue area, and we'll have our keynote and our closing here and reconvene a couple times. But otherwise, there are 3 tracks on educate, collaborate, and innovate. And in each track, there'll be 3 concurrent sessions in these other blue rooms. They're right around the corner. The restrooms are in the middle. Importantly, please know that lunch starts at 11:20 a.m. And while all the presentations are on this floor, as is indicated in the upper left-hand corner, lunch is in room 203. So someone once said there's no such thing as a free lunch. That's not true. You get a free lunch today. Not only that, free prizes. You were issued a raffle ticket upon check-in, and you'll be issued additional raffle tickets after each presentation you attend. So collect those, hoard them, steal them while people aren't looking. But we have fabulous prizes that'll be given out both at lunch and at the end of the day back in this room for our final session. So let me begin with the program overview. And as I indicated, there are 3 tracks. The first is educate. What are people doing innovatively using tools, faculty from all the 5 schools to educate students? Those sessions occur on this floor from 9:50 to 10:25 a.m. And the first one is given by Alan Regan and me. That's less hirsute me. Alan and I teach a business class at Seaver College. And I was getting overwhelmed by the stress and the workload and interacting with modern students, and he helped me redesign that class. And so we'd like to share 3 what we call teaching hacks with you that decreased our stress and resulted in positive evaluations. The second presentation in the Educate track is given by 2 librarians at Pepperdine, Mark Vineyard and Jamie Beth Colvin, and they're going to share with you different tools to determine who's reading your research. I think you'll find that interesting. The third session is by Dr. Andrew Carra of Apple Incorporated, and he is going to share what Apple's doing in the higher education space, specifically engaging students using iOS devices. So we're very grateful to him for giving that presentation, and I think you'll enjoy any of those 3. We'll take a 10-minute break, and then we'll have, starting at 10:35, the Collaborate track. And again, that'll be on this floor. And in this track, your colleagues will be showcasing what they're doing to foster collaboration among themselves and among the students in their classes. The first is a panel presentation from faculty, staff, and students, a student anyway, from the Graduate School of Education Psychology in the Psychology Division. And they're going to share with you their efforts in putting a hybrid class online. It was the first one that they've done, and they'll share what worked well and what they learned, what the next steps are. The second presentation in that track is by Dr. Artavan Asef Vasiri of the Garcia School, and he piloted flipping the classroom, and that's where you record your lectures, put them online so students can consume them at their own pace, and then use class time for more collaborative things like case studies and business simulations. The final presentation in the Collaborate track is by Kyle Murphy of the Garcia School, and talking about simulations, he applied a business simulation exercise in his online business strategy course, and he'll reflect on the pros and cons of doing so. So I think you'll enjoy any of those 3 presentations in the Collaborate track. We'll take a 10-minute break, and after the second track, we'll go to lunch. And we're very, very excited and grateful. Not only do you get the free lunch, but you get a free leadership panel. Leaders from all 5 schools, including Dana Dudley from Seaver, Jim Gash from the School of Law, Bob McQuaid from the Garcia School, and Dean Peterson and Helen Easterling Williams from the Graduate School of Education and Psychology, Peterson being from the School of Public Policy, will share how we can engage students in our community. So free lunch, free leadership panel, you'll enjoy that. And we'll come back for the Innovate track from 12:40 to 1:15. Again, that'll be on this floor. And in this track, colleagues will share provocative methods and tools that they're using at Pepperdine. The first of which will be given by Rana Garcia Ramos of the Graduate School of Education and Psychology in the Education Division. And she was awarded a grant from the Technology and Learning Group in 2016. And her research was providing iPads to pre-service teachers. And the supposition was they'd be more technologically literate and prepared when they go into the classroom. And so the jury's out. Was she successful? We'll learn in her session. The second presentation is by Dr. Owen Hall, Jr. of the Garcia School, and he also received a grant from the Technology and Learning Group. And he used robots in management education, and so we're excited to hear his findings and best practices. And then finally, Landon Phillips and Paul Stennis of the Technology and Learning team were issued a Waves of Innovation grant from President Benton to found what's called the Genesis Lab. And are any of you familiar with makerspaces? This is makerspace and much more. It's a Genesis Lab. They create life there. No, I'm not joking. I saw a heart. It was a black heart. It was odd. You'll want to ask them about that. But they're going to share with you what they're doing with virtual reality and 3D printing and how you might use the Genesis Lab in your teaching. So we'll take a 10-minute break after that track and then reconvene in this room for our closing speaker, Chris Hurd, who's a professor of religion at Seaver College. He's a fabulous teacher, a tech genius. He gamified his class many, many years ago. He's an early adopter of technology, a good friend of the Technology and Learning Group. But provocatively, he's unplugging his classroom. What does that mean? Say it isn't so, Chris. Why is that? And we'll learn from him why he's doing that. Now, finally, in this room, we'll have dessert, robots, and virtual reality. So you can work with the Genesis Lab team and learn more, get hands-on. And so please join us from 2 to 2:30. And now, I'd like to introduce the keynote speaker. Before I do, I just want to thank our sponsors, among them B&H Photo, VeriSight, Apple, Dell, TechSmith, and the Garcia School, who helped put this on today. I'm very indebted to the Technology and Learning team who coordinated everything. Please make sure you got your parking pass. You should have picked that up on the way in so that you can get out at the end of the day. They made this possible.